Definitely looking up. We had fog as an issue earlier on this morning, and I actually want to show you a time lapse to start things off. We'll go on outside to our live neighborhood network where you're looking at current conditions right now. It's a little bit gusty, but this is a time lapse that goes back about 7 hours or so. So it was obviously before the sun came up, but I'll put things into motion for you. Take a look at how the fog developed in those last few hours, and then you'll also see how the sun goes across the water. Look at that. Isn't that cool how the angle just crosses through on the shot and the shadows move? I think it's cool anyway. I geek out over that kind of stuff. But we're facing south here, so very much, a spot that you're going to see bright sunlight and when you're facing this direction. But now things have cleared out. You've got a bright blue sky here and everywhere else for the most part. A little hint of a breeze certainly picking up out there with those gusts being reported in the network, but also, we're generally seeing wind speeds into the teens right now. We'll get to that too, but it's generally quiet otherwise. Now that the sun is back, now that we're starting to see with time a little bit more of a southerly push of airflow that's going to allow these temperatures to really rebound. Here's that storm we were just talking about now. You can even see the circulation just offshore of Southern California here. So very drenching rain being just shoved onshore from the Pacific, and that's what's going to lead to potential of flooding. At least here locally, though, we're sitting quietly for the next day and a half. And as the temperature begins to rebound, all we're going to see take place is some good snow melt. Get rid of that 6+ inches worth of snow that is still on the ground across a good portion of New Jersey. But by week's end, there's a new storm that's going to be brewing, and that is going to be ushering in the warmth, but also the rain, especially Friday. So this is a modeled interpretation of how it all shakes out. But as early as Thursday overnight and then into Friday, you'll want to keep an umbrella on standby. There is colder air on the back side of this storm, and just depending on how quickly it moves out, how quickly the cold air reaches us, we could see a little hint of icing perhaps in the far north and western counties. I don't expect that would be the issue for Philly. In fact, we'd probably have a few lingering showers early Saturday morning. Then it gets out of here and the temperature gradually begins to decline, which of course is an important thing to be paying attention to since we got a big playoff game down in South Philly on Saturday. At the moment, though, it's looking a heck of a lot warmer than that game against the Cowboys did. We should be in the 40s, but we'll also keep the clouds around. That's the expectation as it currently stands. We are thawing out, though. Again, that warmth. When you start to see these brighter colors, the reds, the oranges, the yellows lifting north, you know the warmth is coming along on its heels. There will eventually be a chill that sets in the wake of that storm that comes in Friday to Saturday. But for now, we're just warming up. The problem is the overnights at this point still. Anything that melts the rest of the day today, if it doesn't completely dry up, it could refreeze again overnight. It's not a major concern, but it's something that you're going to want to keep an eye on. I would not count on it not being slick tomorrow. Here's a look at those wind speeds I mentioned. Yeah, it was blowing my hair around out on the sky deck, so it'll probably do the same thing to you if you've got to be out in it. But it really does feel balmy by comparison. This is where we should be, though, guys. 43 the daytime high, so we're very close to that already. But look at how much warmer it's about to get. Yes, there will be rain on Friday, but that's a warm, very April-like day at 60 degrees. And then we do start to cool off again this weekend.